or welcome back to another episode of I Am Ready for Love, ready to love myself, ready to love someone else, and ready to teach someone how to love me. All right, so today we are talking with the co-owners, co-founders of Tilldeath Douspart.
Yeah.
All right, Sister Sassy and Brother Keboy.
They're in the building, guys. Yes.
All right, so guys, just introduce yourselves and your channel.
We are what name I call we? I'm Sassy.
I'm Kemoy.
And our channel name is Tilldeath Douspart.
No, do that stop me here. Me not see this. What is that?
So them a bypass, aren't it? Yes, man. Alright, so guys, go over to their channel, subscribe, please go over there, watch the videos, like the videos, spread the word. Alright? So remember to like this video. May I tell you, please, before we even go further into the video, just take a break now, just drop a like, and as you go along, leave your comments down below. Okay, let's get right into it. So we know that Sassy and Kemoy recently had their firstborn.
Yes.
So we know it's most an interesting journey, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to know what go on.
Yes, because people like be afraid, so we need to know what is going on.
We are get as much term here, so in due time should we throw out the free. Alright, so guys, what I want to first, like, when you guys found out that guess what? We're pregnant, like, how was it? How was that little experience?
Alright, let me.
It seems like I came and find out first. You understand? Alright, let us hear.
Well, he was saying that you're pregnant, and I was saying no, I'm not. But we were trying for a while because of some medical issues, PCOS to be exact, and much prior went into it, and we were actually at anniversary. First anniversary at Beer Star. We were there, and I was feeling so bad, so sick, and Kemoy got upset because he thought I was just being boring. Dance floor. You know, they were calling couples, and I did not want to go because I was feeling bad. So we ended up going to the gift shop and getting two of the cheap pregnancy tests, and I took them. Yeah,
But I'm prepared.
Yeah, and we took the test, and the lines were faint, but I text my doctor same time and show him them, and he say, yeah, they're positive, but we come home from the more tests.
They never
Sassy is known to be the party pooper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whenever time me have fun, it's like I was like, be careful, don't do this, don't do that. So I was just thinking it was one of those days when she don't want me to have fun. So you know the kind of feel me I say, alright, it was our anniversary night. I mean, it would have been great to have a dance, you know, but she just never had the mood. So I said,
praise the Lord.
But when I found out that, well, I suspect her to be pregnant, you know, but she never believed in me.
Cause you know you drop your seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. So that must have been a big moment. But how did you feel after you found out that yes, this is so, like, how did you guys really deal with that?
We were very excited.
Preparation mode and all of that.
Okay, so it was pure excitement, but we were a bit let's say, nervous because when you have PCOS, you can have a miscarriage of any, well, in the early stages. Yeah. So we were kind of nervous about it, but we were very excited.
I was nervous maybe about the amount of things that would need to be done to prepare for a child. And the things are pricey. I got to find out.
True. I never know some support.
Anxiety.
I was saying I didn't know that diaper was so expensive. Like, I think we went to Price Mart recently. I'm see them and say like, I forget some nappy because honestly I didn't know it. So I really
and they go fast. They
go
very fast.
And we can't wash them and put them on the line.
Yeah.
For me, the preparation was, I was excited, just pure excitement for me. You know, we start buy up Amazon.
Yeah.
Shoes.
International.
I wasn't just preparing for the baby. I was preparing for her, the changes that will occur in her body and her mood, you know. So I have to think about her, make sure that she eats healthy, she eats and you know, I don't know what if I work, she not stress. None of the sort. So the preparation was basically for her and the baby.
Yeah. So
It's just milk. You eat something milk. Or you can't eat but the baby are too fat.
Seriously, you're strict that.
Leave me alone.
No, you can't eat. See, we're gonna be like that here.
No, my thing is gonna be the reverse. Because I don't want to eat, so I'm going to I'll have to force her to eat. So that's her.
Suppose the arm would still be something to eat.
Well, I would, honestly, if I'm seeing her just eating away, I'll be so excited. I was like, whoa, this is good, man. Like,
wait,
that's unlike her. So that would be something good to look forward to. All right.
So yes.
All right, so guys, so you found out you're pregnant and then now getting yourself ready by buying things. I think Kim would have mentioned some of the changes then that you'd have experienced. Like, if you could probably remember one thing, is there one thing, a main thing you could say, boy, this was a major change, probably emotionally or psychologically, so you had to deal with that while Sassy was pregnant?
Is there anything that you have to do?
I think on their channel they mentioned
mood and her snapping.
Yeah.
So I have to say to myself, okay, this is not her, she's pregnant, so this is why she's behaving like this. But sometimes it's like I feel as if she's pushing me to the edge, but I don't God, I don't want her to go into further depression. Let me just treat her nice and be nice to her.
You mind just sharing one of the experience where she kind of pushed you and you say, boy, I have to hold it together. Alright, Sassy, you want to remind him of one of the experience?
Yeah, she wanted mango.
Yes.
It was mango.
Mango out of season.
Hold on, do that again. So the mango thing, because we froze a while ago.
Yeah, she wanted mango, but it wasn't mango season. So I have to set up. It was about 2 a.m. and come to her, like, babe, mango. No, there's no mango. She said, yeah. She said, yeah, mango still have dog walk. So
right on a flat bridge. Right on a flat bridge. That's true. Yeah, man. Mango still around.
Such infiltration.
I took call one of my friends, right? And I said to her, is there any mango in Bagwalk? Can you check for me? She said, okay, I will check tomorrow. Then tomorrow when she called, there was no mango.
There are 2 mango city.
I don't know, say the mango city might work.
But yeah, that was as well as there was this night she wanted coconut water. I think I had to pick jelly in the middle of the night.
Woo!
We have to get one tree, you know.
Don't worry about it.
Chop jelly in the middle of the night. like about 2 a.m. That was her hours.
Whoa.
Probably that's why I didn't go to sleep. No, because
Tired.
All right, so baby's coming. We're preparing our hearts and minds to meet this child. And you're thinking, all right, delivery time. Did you have to mentally prepare yourself for delivery time? Like, did you have to sit down? Because for me, personally, that's one of the parts that I'm most scared of, like the delivery process. So did you have any issues when you're thinking about it? When I reach the day yet, you're thinking about the delivery process. Did you have any challenges there?
Yes, I did. I was on YouTube all the time. After I found out from persons that I knew that recently had kids, what are the list of stuff that I need to buy, I still went on YouTube to double check, type in Jamaican mothers, what's in my hospital bag every day, even after my hospital bag packed, we still watching it. Yeah. And I was watching labor and delivery videos from overseas, Jamaicans, persons that went to the hospital that I went to, things like that. Friends of mine that had kids, I was asking them about their journey, what happened to you. I wanted to know everything because I felt like I needed to be prepared for any possibility. I was prepared for the tears in my head. I thought I was ready. I can do this. So that I prepared by watching videos and hearing stories and reading up.
I have been watching videos since I was like 25. I'm 29 now.
Every day. Every day.
And I am still not prepared.
Sometimes I turn on TV and I go on YouTube. The first thing is pop up is some baby and delivery, and that's like.
So there was this instance, when I went to the clinic and I was saying to the doctor, I am scared because I think this baby is going to be big, because I was a big baby and Kenya was a big baby. And genetically I was saying this baby will be huge. And she allowed me to do an ultrasound because I thought my belly was measuring a bit big. And she asked me, why do I really need to do the ultrasound? I said, so I can prepare myself for the baby coming out. And she was like,
so we had to spend more money.
So the lady said to me, I know you're ready to prepare yourself, and I think you must have come out when you have to put him in there.
But Jesus!
Yeah, so
Can I say something? Even watching all the videos, asking all the questions, she wasn't prepared because she was nervous as hell. Sometimes she, like in the middle of the night, she said, babe, I'm scared.
Oh,
gosh. It's going to be fine. Yeah, so I don't think it's something that, even if you are prepared mentally for it, if you have never walked the road before, some part of you is going to be very, very scared.
Yeah, and on that same note, let me just say to Kemora, we know that we live in a culture that for men sometimes, they are not, most men, or let me say some men in our culture, they are not so supportive when it comes on to their spouse and being pregnant. And I don't want to think so that it is actually because sometimes they are not aware, they are just not educated then about how integral it is for a man to support his spouse when they are pregnant. So let me say, what would you, or let me ask you, what would you say to men out there in terms of how do you go about supporting your wife in this critical time?
Well, the most important thing you can do for your spouse or in this particular time is to be there emotionally, is to be there spiritually as well, because she's going to need someone just to talk to, she's going to need someone just to listen to her, and she's going to be on and on and on and on about this baby that we haven't met yet. But you just have to be there to listen and to help in whatever area you can. I think that our society, we're about this macho man mentality. We don't wash, we don't cook, we don't clean. But you can do that. You can do the laundry, you can be the chef, you can clean the house, you can, just do all of that for her so that she can be relaxed and preserve her energy just to deliver the baby. So I think even if you don't live with the person, because I think that is common in our society as well, if you don't live with the person, a drive-by means a lot. A phone call, get her lunch, try to satisfy her cravings. It's just to be there for her. She just wants to talk to you because they're going to have a child together.
Excellent.
So it's not about buying everything for the baby.
Yeah, just the presence.
Because if she is okay, then the baby
is
more than likely is okay.
That's a real valid point, and that's really excellent. Because sometimes we think that it's basically you buying everything for the baby who's not yet here in terms of being in the world, and you just forget about the mother completely. Yeah. So that's a really good one. So let me just say, big up, come on. I understand, yeah, man, big up, because we have very few men out there, basically stand up, yeah, and take charge in such an integral time. So, big up, bro.
All right, so Sassy, you're at the day. Dun, dun, dun.
So it's here. It's happening. Yes, it's happening.
The day is here, and you hear that you're not going to have the tears that you were worried about. It's a different kind of thing coming now. Talk to us about it.
I went to the clinic. I had a clinic appointment. The baby was due that week, but not that day. And the lady asked me, the doctor asked me, how is the baby movements? And being a science teacher, I know that the older the baby gets, the less movement it might be because there's less space in the womb for movement. So I was just playing it off like, baby is fine. Baby moves a lot in the night, but not really much in the day. So I told her that. And she asked me, so you just sit there, the baby movement decrease, and you did nothing? We're going to do a non-stress test on the baby. So I had to go over to the ward to get this test done. They did the test, and that's where they put some things on my belly to get the baby's heart rate. And they said that the baby's heart was not beating at the optimal rate. The lady looked at me and said, I would give this heart rate a B. If it was a C, we'd be having a different conversation. I'm going to give it some space and do it again. I did it again, same result. So I was just there, waiting to hear what would be done. And I only see a lady come to me, a different lady, with a consent form for a C-section, and I'm like,
wait, just so?
So you didn't, hold on. So you didn't went in for the delivery, anything at all like that?
No.
And she said she's at a clinic.
I'm not ready.
Kema was outside with the lady that worked with me. They were waiting for me to come home. I went to clinic.
So probably you fix up baby room and everything and all these things yet. You never plan for that today?
Yeah, and assembled the crib already, and we packed his room already, right?
Yeah, we packed, but we never ready.
Yeah, I can understand. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and the funny thing is that it was because I was working during the pregnancy. This was the first time getting to go to the clinic, right? So
your fault.
I'm frightened the baby.
So when she called me and said that, they are doing a non-stress test and the baby's heartbeat is not where it's supposed to be, I was very nervous. I was very nervous at that time. Yeah. Yeah.
Why I don't know what I do?
The consent form though, like drove me up the wall because they know they're going to tell you all of the possibilities, everything that can go wrong,
Yeah.
all of these things, and you have to sign. I consider it signing away yourself at this point because you're saying, okay, you know?
But you almost don't have a choice. Yeah.
Because it have to come out.
Yeah.
And to die.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was there and I started saying, God, you know, I'm 39 weeks and some days, you know, I can just labor can start now, you know, I can do something at this point, you know?
Oh.
And I was saying to them, can you induce me then? Because, and they went on to say, no, they can't induce me because if the baby is in distress already, induction can cause further stress and I'm asthmatic. So they wouldn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, and this was from in the day about what, 2 p.m. And they said somebody needs to come with my baby things. So luckily those were packed.
I'm not prepared.
So I had to leave and go home for the things and carry them back. Then I was there waiting for this emergency C-section from 2 o'clock. But persons in the labor ward needed more urgent C-section than I did. So I ended up, after they put in the catheter, is that what it's called? Yeah, that thing there.
Yeah, that thing.
Yes.
And I was there, you know, looking at the other mothers laboring and everything. And I felt like I started feeling some pain too, you know. When one of the nurses came and she checked if I was dilating, I was about 4 centimeters. I mean, I said, all right, God, I'm going to do something. Carry me a pain. Just carry me a pain. I'm not doing nobody put me. But even after 12 in the night there, I was still at 4. So I'm like, all right, I cut my fingertips. We just go, you know? And it wasn't until about 4 o'clock.
No, you text me last about 3 something.
Yeah, so that's when they came for me.
The early morning.
The early morning.
That's a long day. Like,
yeah, from 2 o'clock today.
That's a long day.
So come on, you're
sense because I'm saying this is no emergency. I'm here for hours.
Yeah.
Gonna never have to do me this.
I could have gone.
So come on, you're outside. You can see all of what's going on. What is going through your mind?
It was just about watching the clock. Constant calling and texting, her parents calling, you know, everyone calling, my mother is calling, my father, everybody
burn up.
So I was just having to be taking calls and everybody I say, you know, don't worry. But I was worried because you know, the baby was always moving. I mean, it's just that he's a night person, so because we like during the pregnancy, I normally talking in the night and stuff like that. So he moves mostly at night. So I was a bit worried, but I was praying because I know that God gave us this child. I know that we prayed for this child. I know that we had faith for this child. So I knew in the end that she would be fine and the baby would be fine. But you know, in the moment, you're a bit nervous. You're waiting.
We're just human. So. Yeah.
But so when I came home, because I was going to stay at the hospital until the next morning, but I was advised to, you know, come home. So when we reach home, we start, you know, I just didn't want him to sleep. So we start wash. You know.
go wash.
Everything to stay up because I was just waiting for the call to say, okay.
We watch curtain.
Him change curtain, she send me a picture of the room.
I mean business, yeah. It says that's total spring cleaning.
Yeah. Wow. But the experience for me, it was the pregnancy part. I think the pregnancy part was easy compared to after the surgery and she came home.
Alright, we'll soon go to that point, alright? So
Yeah.
anything on the C-section, are we good on that part?
So how it go? Like while you're in the room and it'll start now. Like were you awake? Were you asleep? You feel it? You don't feel it?
Because I'm asthmatic, they said that they would put me completely under. They were going to give me the spinal tap. So, I was advised, sit on the table, hold down your head, and I'm going to inject you in your spine. So, it's the lower spine. So it's 3 injections to the spine. I'm not sure what is in them, but it's 3 times you took me.
Yeah, you're feeling 3.
After 3 from them. But one at a time, my leg just do a thing like that.
Reflex.
It just do it one thing. I mean, say,
This normal?
Like, you'll be fine. Is it still happening because she's behind me? And I'm saying no. But when she put me to lay down now, and she was pinching me, and I was supposed to tell her if I'm feeling. I was still feeling everything. I'm like, this is not working.
After 3 injections, this need to work.
This is not working. Here, one of the lady in the room. Then, doc, you sure them not expire?
What you mean? You can't say that.
After you John 3
times. 3 times.
The lady was like, no man, I checked. And they called another operating room to carry some, I'm not sure what the thing is called that they inject. So they had to do it again. She said to me, I hope this works because I can only give you this twice. So
What you mean?
Come on, you should have been there. I swear, because I also take my nigga and yeah, I
think you should prefer me not being there because when it comes down to certain things, yeah.
So they did it again, and this time, the feeling was leaving. But when they put me to lay down and they strapped down my hand and I didn't see them put up the screen, so I'm saying, am I going to see them cutting me? And they're saying, no man, we're going to put up the screen. They put up the screen and I told her I'm still feeling that they're touching me. So does that mean I'm going to feel these cuts? Wow. She said, no, you're still alive, so you're going to feel, but you're not going to feel pain. So the fact that their hands are on me, I was able to feel that they were touching me. But I didn't know when they cut or anything. The lady only said to me that the medication that she injected can cause my pressure to go low. So they're monitoring me if I feel like I want to throw up or anything, I should let them know. So I was awake the whole time. They were talking to me. There was one lady on this side monitoring my blood pressure and the anesthesiologist over here talking to me and so on. I was fine until they started to take the baby out. So it felt as if they were standing on my chest, to be honest. I felt very bad.
They give up.
But the reason for this was because the baby's head was already down. He was engaged already. So they weren't just taking him from up here.
Yeah.
He was in the pelvis. So they were doing, it was almost there to be born because it was due that week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it felt like that. So I was saying, what is happening? And the lady's asking the surgeon, is everything okay? What they're doing now? And they were telling me that they're taking him out and stuff. After he came out, I felt like I wanted to throw up. I felt sick. It's like I was just waiting for him to come out and then everything got haywire.
Yeah.
I did not pass out or anything. It was just the upset stomach that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they came to show me the baby. When they took him out, let me go back. When they took him out, he was not crying. I was waiting to hear that cry. I was dying to hear the cry. Because I was, I'm saying, God, please don't tell me, say.
After 9 months.
Yeah.
But he was fine. They didn't have to do any form of anything on him. He was fine.
Praise be
So I
to
just
God.
said to myself, maybe me just hungry and these people cut me for no reason. They showed him to me. To be honest, I did not remember what he looked like. Because yeah, and I got him about 8 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they kept my monitor the man.
All right, so here I know. So Sir came on gone and wash and clean on the place and pull on everything. So when I get the call now, Sir say, yes, baby
now.
is here. You need to come now. Just tell us how you respond. How did you react to that?
You called American.
I texted her.
Yeah, she texted me and said that we're okay. So I was like, she never like the day here or anything. And then she said, easier talk to you soon. Like, oh, this girl gone. But she was moving to her ward. So when she called me, she sent pictures and then she called me and said, everything is fine. I was ready to go to the hospital same time, but
Yes.
you don't have to wait until visiting time before I can go.
A big deal. VIP are coming, so no hours.
Yeah. And when I get to meet him,
oh my God.
yeah. When I get to meet him, trust me, it is the happiest days of my life. Well, Mark getting married.
I was waiting for that one. I was waiting for that one. One of the happiest days, bro.
Yeah, so getting married is the second happiest.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I love you.
The minimum married in the getting, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sassy get sassy on here. You know, so one of the happiest days.
Oh,
So you know we get to meet him and hold him and stuff. I mean, it was a joy. Trust me.
Oh.
See, who are the crier?
No, like, I got ball from the local, like, I got ball. I mean, I leave the hospital and I stay there, you understand?
Him not go home, go watch.
Not go home.
Him not
I stay there.
When, you know, when I was waiting, I was so nervous. I had to call Shana again.
Yeah.
You know, she had to calm me down and everything.
God.
All right. It was a
Oh,
night,
man.
trust me. The journey, beautiful.
Yeah, man, but I'm really and truly happy to know that both of you stood up right throughout the process, and also for you as a male, I'm really happy to know that you were there, because these days, you know, the man, them just like absent. It's
Them
like
just want to say, me and me would know.
them
You would
plant and
reach.
seed and that's it. So I really and truly have to commend you on that. One. So now you guys are going home. I know it's no longer a family of two, but it's now three. So just give us a little highlight into how did your life change the moment now you guys return now as an expanded family?
First of all, did you go home the same day or the day after?
No, I was supposed to be there for 3 days, but I was there for 2.
Okay.
They wanted to keep me until I passed school and was able to move around a bit. So, you know, we start move from the same day.
I want to go home. Just Kingston upon them.
Oh.
Yeah, but I need to go where I can get, more help, because, it's just a couple nurses to so many persons.
Yeah,
You're not
especially
really
in this
getting
time.
Yeah. And only one person per visiting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Home is just home.
people, yeah, I want to go home.
Yeah,
And the baby was not sleeping at night. I had spinal headaches. So that's because of the spinal tap. It happens sometimes. And sitting up made it worse. Lack of sleep made it worse. And
the baby not sleeping.
Oh.
One of the days I cried so badly, the nurse had to take the child from me. And the nurse, I can't do this.
Oh gosh.
I'm not putting injections for pain and everything, but I just felt like I could not do it. I really wanted to go. So coming home.
Yes, go ahead, Sir Kimar.
So after she came home, had to be there even more because she just did a major surgery. To me, it wasn't burdensome or any sort of pressure because I know that it's our child. I have to do it, and both of them. So it was sleepless nights for both of us because when the baby is up, I'm up with both of them. So yeah,
that was a major change. Not
sleeping at night.
And you know that some people love to sleep, so anyhow. All right. So sleeping was another big thing that you had to deal with. So how did you really did you have a plan to say, okay, I'm gonna take the first shift, you take the second shift, how you work it out?
No, I just did the nights and she
okay.
That was after you started the bottle. Before I was taking the bottle, I had to be up all the time.
I was focused.
Yeah, but it was not like I could sleep. So one time I decided that I'm going to use the restroom, expel some of the milk, and I was going to take the shift. I tried the child at the bottom. The baby drink it off, and who that come to wake me up because
it done.
What more?
We don't need mommy tonight. So when you see the video, I start dead because I'm like, I had to be up, but then the baby started taking some more, and we introduced a formula. So we're combination feeding at the moment.
Yeah.
So you can start the night shift.
So you don't have work, or you take paternity leave?
No, not that we're not working at the moment. So we are
okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's even good. So the timing is right.
Very good. The sleep, the lack of sleep was the biggest change. The other change was the lack of attention.
We didn't get that one. We're not gonna pretend to hear. We didn't hear
lack
that.
of attention, and it's not get attention.
So I had that question coming down to ask about how the baby really changed the relationship because I was waiting for something like that, So since we're there.
Wait, before we get there.
Come on, I don't know why she just want to talk so quickly.
Rewind. All right. So you're home. You just did a major surgery. How the aftercare?
Just a 5-star, babe. Just a
5-star. Just a 5-star, babe. Just a 5-star.
No, but you didn't get attention to our 5-star.
Let me hear. Let me hear.
So, in terms of both Kemar and my mother, she was here. So it was Kemar. And they made arrangements for me to get something to go from bed because they kind of high. And, change the authority and change that from the pregnant. Things are going for me, royalty.
Which is right.
Loving it.
And apparently took every minute to lift it.
Let me say, boss, must start, So I'm kind of defend the man right now. All right, go ahead.
Because I should not live. I mean, use it to my advantage.
See, come on. No, give the man a 5-star. Give the man a 5-star.
But yeah,
5-star.
I had to go back to get dressing and so on. But after about 3 times dressing it was fine. We had to keep on putting alcohol over it to feel if I'm feeling the burn, to know that it's healing properly, and it did heal properly. So there was no issue where that was concerned.
So I hear some people say that going into labor, they were afraid of the tears and all of that, as you said. And then some people are like, no, I'm going to choose the C-section because I'm not going to get no tear and everything downstairs is going to be fine. and then they get the C-section and everything downstairs is not fine. Was that the case for you? So like, for go number 2, for go number 1,
and that special one,
and that special one where you're worshiping, like,
it's a problem in the
is
sanctuary.
there any problem down there?
Well, from in the hospital, going to the bathroom at all was a challenge for me because I had to, the sitting position was painful, and getting up was painful. You know, anything that involves using my core at all was painful. I didn't think, even though I should have known this, I didn't think I would be bleeding after a C-section, and I'm like, you took out everything else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I was bleeding too much for my liking, to be honest. And I was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So after the bleeding stopped, to go back to having sex. I was supposed to go to the clinic, and then the baby was.
Come on, I said no, don't go too far. Yeah, man.
You know, I was supposed to go to the clinic, and the baby was 6, so we missed the 6 weeks, and we got an appointment. You know, when you go to 6 weeks, they're supposed to tell you, you know, you're clear to have sex, and so on. My husband, as a 6-week mark touch, even though we not gone to clinic, you know.
Time. Me
The
ready.
man, basically, I think would I like to say it just happened, but me feel like him plan it. But you know, a little thing one, but they always are set things saying, no, but easy, you know, they are top far back yet. You know? Yeah,
Man,
because
wait long, man.
there's certain things, you know, can be done.
Heaven, is to the glory.
It's a long to worship. But it's good though that you can share, because I think sometimes, you know. No, I'm saying it's good for us to share sometimes, because persons don't really know that this is a part of the whole process. Because for me personally, I think it was later on in life that I learned that after pregnancy and delivery, sex will have to go and break for a while, because I never really had a meds, that kind of thing there. You understand? So I think some men actually head into it not even thinking about that. But once you love your spouse, I think it should be okay to it, right?
It was after that 6-week mark, we go back for a while to break from my break. And I say, you know, I want to be okay. I don't want, you know. And it was about like a month or so after before I really.
You're in a top form.
You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
You know?
But it's good that you two understand each other though. Because you know, so this can be a breaking point in the relationship if
Every time
you are not.
Come to me. Are you okay? Or are you coping?
She have a right to check, man.
Yeah, because you have to know the person that you're with. You know, you have some persons where we do because they probably do that sexy one. But when your husband is basically out, you have to
check.
You have to check.
You take out the temperature, go and check.
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, because I understand the situation and I know that I have to ensure that she's okay, because in a marital relationship, it's in any relationship, it's not about you only. I would think about the other person. You can't be selfish.
Yeah. Come on, I like that. All right, so let us jump into what Sassy was trying to jump in long time ago. So we know now that you have a child, right? And we expect that things will change. There's gonna be some paradigm shift in the relationship. So let me hear, like, what are some of the main things that really change? Like, we have to learn to adjust yourself now and deal with the new changes to the relationship. What were some of those things?
Well, one of the more surface things that changed was appearance. For me, I started to feel a bit insecure because so many things changed. I had to change what I was wearing around the house, you know, to hold your body a certain way or to have your to nurse your baby. So the appearance changed for me, and I was kind of, you know, self-conscious.
Yeah.
But him I have a style to say, you know, look what me have on. You know, like things
Hold
like
on,
that.
Tim, I have a style
Yeah,
to
froze
say.
a while ago.
Oh, sorry. So it was saying, say you're 60 or watch me, I show the sexy this or sexy that, but I was, you know, myself. You know, this is not sexy, you know. But I must say that to persons out there, that helps.
Yeah.
That helps to bring back your spouse to a
Confidence.
place of, you know, self-confidence, because the weight gain, the acne, so many things can come that, you know, you have to overcome. And the other thing, as I was saying, was the attention. One day we were sitting down, the baby was sleeping, and Kema and I were in the couch and we were ready to get cozy. Kema looked at me and said, "Sometimes when the baby is sleeping, you don't know what to do with yourself."
Me, she said to the channel the other day and I laughed. I was cooking and I was watching a video. And I heard her say that same thing. I'm telling you, and I'm saying, brother, you just have in trouble now.
No, alright.
All right, because from the pregnancy, right, it's like I'm in this parent mode, right? It's always about making sure they're okay, making sure that the baby bottles are ready, making sure that everything is on point when he is awake. Make sure we get the chores done. So because I'm in that mood of taking care of both of them from the beginning, it's as if I'm still at that place where yeah, I know, but you never sleep when you take like all the time. So you have to take care of you too. But anyways, it's like I'm in that mood always to just take care of them. Sometimes me like I'm like, babe, you eat, babe, time for you to take a shower, babe, time for you to do this, time for you to do that, time for you to do that.
Oh,
so
yeah, I understand.
I'm in that zone. So sometimes I forget that, okay, oh baby, you know, because I'm always doing something to make sure everything is in place for both of them.
So you know, cut up the duty, I think about the holistic, the whole house.
Yeah.
So forgive the man. Forgive the man. Everybody.
But right. What has changed for me is like when you have a baby, you have more things to do.
More responsibility.
And you have limited. Your time is so limited. Like, you know, you have a 2-hour window, a 4-hour window. So you try squeezing everything that can go in that time when he's asleep. So you can get to spend time with your spouse. And sometimes as we, you know, start relaxing and maybe Netflix, then here goes the cry. But I must commend my wife, you know, for always checking on me mentally, you know, where I'm at emotionally and spiritually. You know, she makes sure that I'm okay even though we're busy.
Yeah.
So but I would love to, you know, go out more often because we don't host right now. So we don't go out like...
Don't worry, man.
You know what? I come out, we don't know what to do.
So we
don't go out now.
Yeah, my birthday came and it was what, 1 week or 2 weeks?
Yeah,
you know,
that
not going for that.
Shut
really.
Yeah. So that we were the type of person who we like going out.
Mm-hmm.
So that changed, and we're still the home. That's the good thing about it. We're home, so you know,
still together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I had a question. I didn't remember what I was going to ask. Yes, I would ask now. All right, go ahead. Come on.
I was saying when you have a a baby, we have to put our phone on silent now. So we miss call.
Yes! Yes!
Our friends sometimes wonders like if we're okay because they call both phones and nobody here.
That is kind of so, but I
My
can't
phone
do
is always on silent.
I can't do that. I can't do it.
Me tell you to take your phone off of silent. Make it nice. You're gonna keep it so nice.
So making you so nice.
Yeah. You're gonna keep important phone call. And then if him call me, I'm gonna miss it. Never stop calling your phone.
No, but it's so like sassy father still like sorry now, get no attention.
Oh, but I think I will get there, but for now, it's kind of hard to do that though.
You are going to, because when you realize that you need this 2 hours to sleep and your phone is going to pick the baby, trust me, you probably even bring out the phone.
Put it out. Come outside.
I can't say true too much. Alright guys, so now we know a lot of persons are out there. I'm contemplating like myself and a lot of persons will see me and connect and they will ask like, so when I wait pan and all them something there. But I'm glad for how you spoke because for me, we have something to say about not to say that everything will be in order, but at least you want to meet some minimal goal before you move on. So you'd have gone through the process. Now you are parents. What would you say to persons out there contemplating pregnancy? Like, what's the main lesson that you basically say, no, what? Before you need to think about these things, what would you say to them?
All right, before I address that, I need persons to stop going and asking persons, when you have a baby,
everybody.
Thank you.
It can be offensive to some persons. Depends on their situation. As for us, it was PCOS, and females are struggling with that thing. So you don't just ask someone when you have a baby because you don't know what they're going through.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a sensitive topic. You have to know how to ask a person or what to say. Cool. What I would say to people is that you have to prepare yourself mentally. You have to know what you're going into. You have to be prepared to make the sacrifices that is needed to be a parent. So it's not just about the baby in the womb and my youth is on the way. It's about sacrifice. Your life will never be the same again. From this baby conceived, your life will never be the same again. It's going to change forever. So you have to prepare yourself for that. And for persons who it might happen to unexpectedly, you have to be very flexible to adjust very fast. Because sometimes you have to say, okay, I may have 9 months. It's going to come by very quickly.
By the time you blink it done.
Yeah, so the best thing is to be prepared mentally, because even if you have the money and you reach all the goals, it's a mental thing, because your spouse is going to change, mood swings, cravings. You're gonna have to do the housework, or you're gonna have to hire somebody. So
and the man who can't cook.
Yeah,
Ox would kill them.
Yeah, so I think it's mostly about sacrifice. If you're not ready to make those sacrifices, then don't get into it.
For me, I would say to persons, especially the females, be open-minded. You know, somebody said that to me, be open-minded. You know, you have a birth plan, this is what you want, but be open-minded enough to know that the baby has to come out one way or another. So if they say to you that I'm having a C-section, your blood pressure will go through the roof, and you know, you end up in another medical issue, just be open-minded, right? And the other thing, you don't have to buy the most expensive things.
Thank you. Say that one again. Yeah, say it again.
So true.
Don't. And the newborn clothes, them
with brand.
Little foolishness.
You understand?
Burberry onesie. It might go wear it for like a week.
Trust me. You know, we're having that issue because we got a lot of assistance, you know, parents and friends and so, and we have newborn things, and we just have to address it because of pandemic.
Exactly.
And these clothes are here and he's not going to wear some of them, right? And the fact of the matter is, I thought I could dress my baby in a onesie, and carry him home in going home outfit. But the truth is, the navel stop was still there. You can't put on onesie yet. I just told her she needs the baby away for like the first 2 weeks of life, and then the one to them in spring out of them by 6 weeks or a month.
Yeah.
And don't stress yourself, as I said before, about buying like the mama roo swing and the fancy carrier. We have 2 carrier and the baby don't like none.
Waste the money.
In fact, foolishness. Right? The wipe warmer we don't use, the wipes warmer as yet. We're going to gift it to someone. It was a gift to us, but we didn't get to that stage. We really don't have the time to be considering the wipes because we need to get this baby changed right now. You understand? You don't have to buy the
fancy and everything, yeah. All right, before you come off of that same question, I want to ask you, anyone you could answer this one. We know about a couples out there, they have been trying, but still haven't gotten a successful pregnancy as yet, even going through the entire 9 months. What would you say to them to start to encourage them as they go through such a tough time?
Well, I think I would be the best one to answer this question. Because
all right, go ahead. They didn't hear that one.
He's asking about persons.
All right, so let me ask the question again.
All right, so if we were there, right?
Yeah.
Trying and trying. We bought so many pregnancy tests.
Till me start go on different pharmacy come and say my lady I'm
Then hours.
No, can't manage.
We buy different brands. It was a rough time for her because like in the middle of the night she'd wake up and say, what if I can't have a child?
Yeah.
And before I address that part, it takes faith. Even if you're not a believer, it's gonna take some faith, some belief. And for persons who have PCOS, I think you can try and change your diet because after you change your diet, then you start getting regular periods, right? So it's about being practical and yet still believing that God will do something for you. And for males, be open-minded to go to the doctor just to check. Because sometimes it's not the woman is the problem. And we have a tendency in our society to call women barren or they can't have babies. But sometimes it's on your side. So be open and be humble enough to see a doctor about whatever the case may be. But for persons who are trying, it's gonna be very hard, but you have to keep trying.
Yes.
Because we did like 50 we did a lot of tests, and each time when they came back negative, I can see the disappointment on her face.
So stop telling
But I
just buy them
and tell them.
I was saying to myself, for this anniversary, God, just like we take a test and if it's positive, we just wrap it at that time. Gift. I really wanted this, and I was,
to God be the glory.
Somebody, persons need to be careful what they say to somebody that is in this form of dilemma. Somebody was saying to me that, boy, I hope I can have the baby because I don't want him to go try and get it outside.
Pardon?
The devil is a liar.
Pardon?
The devil is a liar.
Somebody literally said that to me.
Can be so insensitive.
Throw me into, because that physically, medically, I'm having this issue. Where periods will skip out 5 months and they're just not coming when they're supposed to come and stuff like that. And you're going to say something like that? Come on.
You
need to be more sensitive.
To be honest, the devil sort of annoying some people and send them out there to just say some things and they don't even know the sort of damage that they're doing. So people, beware those kind of people out there.
You need to, and for the men, if it's a problem with the woman, be sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would wake up in the morning and my belly would be oily. Because I pray and I night my belly and all these. I felt.
Watch praying husband, man. Jeez.
Trust me. And he was on a program with Bishop Roderick Senior, and me just say, tell me, man, so me pray water for them, drink for 7 days, and me just have to work with.
Yeah. Man of the house, man. Big up for that.
Yeah, and
the funny thing is, I love her so much. I love you, babe.
Oh, that's forgiveness right away.
If she couldn't have a child, we went to the altar and it's Tilldeath Douspart. I was open to adoption. There are many homeless kids out there who don't have parents. I was open to so many things because I want her to be happy. And yes, I need a child of my own, but what if that is not the case? What am I going to do? Get a divorce? Beat her? Abuse her verbally? No. I'm going to stick with her to thick and thin.
Hold on, guys. I'm telling you, hold on. Guys, please go over to Tilldeath Douspart. Please go over there, subscribe.
Then deserve a subscribe.
Yeah, man. We're not talking about a prank and a little foolishness. We're talking about substance here. You understand? Honestly, I like the message. I love it. Big up. Yeah, man. Go ahead, Sassy.
So I was saying, I really love kids that could be walking on the road and I would stop the place to pick me and you know. So I'm saying, God, come on now.
Need one.
You need to do something for us. And then I'm seeing it being channeled into how he treats our son, and I'm just grateful to God. I'm telling you, we pick out baby name, we pick out 4 baby names. 2 boy name, 2 girl name before we conceive this baby.
That's faith. That's faith.
And yeah, we were there. We pick out from first name to middle name and everything. And we have the names there. And it was just a matter of which one of the names we're going to use.
He has his name picked out from before we were actually a thing. He was like, this is what our child is going to be called. And I'm like, we aren't even together.
Even though as I walk into somebody and say, okay, there's our calling name, I said, there's our child over there. I'm just faking it now because it's coming. You understand? In the right time.
Speaking. There's power in speaking.
Life, yeah. All right.
I'm encouraged. I don't know about anybody else.
I'm super encouraged. Honestly, I'm really happy and I'm glad that you guys took the time out just to share with us, because I know this might just sound like a story, but there are so many persons out there who just want to hear somebody else's experience. Some persons are on the verge of getting involved. Some persons are basically in the situation and they're struggling. And we know even for the men out there, and I want to say to even the wives, communicate to the man and pray for them, because really and truly sometimes because of the norm of society, they sort of shy away from their responsibility. But I'm really proud of you. Both of you, I'm really proud of you, and I want to say to you today that as you grow as a family, I'm trusting God and believing God. We're believing God for you, and we're prophetically saying that things will only get better. All right? So continue doing what you have to do. Continue to inspire the youths out there. Continue to be an agent, or let me say agents of change in our society.
And continue aisle down the belly, more my dear. For me, I would like to say that I am truly encouraged, because as I've said, it's one good 5 years now me I watch labor and delivery videos and I'm still not comfortable with it. I'm still like, why I couldn't just like and it just out and everything just alright. Like, why couldn't it be easier than this? And I'm still a little traumatized, But I know that once it comes, like our bodies were made for this, so all the preparation was already thought about, and it's going to be okay. And for the wives or the girlfriends or whatever you call yourself, and you're afraid to talk to your partner about certain things that you are nervous about, for me, as soon as I see it, like I watch a video and I hear that it can, for you it took 6 weeks and then an extra month, but for some persons they say 7 months, then I get to worship yet. And I go to him and I'm like, are you willing to wait this long?
As you
like you know say this can happen, right? Like 7 months, like it's almost a year. It's almost a year. And that's a whole nother pregnancy.
Sometimes I'm in the house and Canessa sending me a message. I'm like, why Canessa texting me? Mom, a video link, like, go and watch that.
And I'm like, you're prepared. You need to prepare too.
You do need to be prepared. Trust me. And chances are you won't realize that time is going, because this little human being is dependent.
Yes.
He's very dependent, very clingy. You know, so many things.
Alright, no, me is very dependent and clingy.
But
so
tell me about it.
But listen, come on, we are good youth. You see it, we are good youth. We have been called with a purpose, so don't worry. Alright.
I would say one last thing. As it relates to PCOS, I think that females watching this video should try to educate yourself on it, as well as try to educate your spouse on it as well. It is important that both of you understand the situation that you're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So know the symptoms, find out if that's what you have, and it can be treated, and do it forward. So
support each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, guys, please like this video, share the video, send the video to somebody, just drop a share, like the video, leave your comments down below, and remember, go over to Tilldeath Douspart, subscribe to their channel. And as you go along, guys, we'll be praying for you. We're over here, we are rooting for you guys. Just continue to do your best and stay safe in the pandemic, all right?